In section 2.3, we're going to learn the rules for subtracting integers. To subtract an integer, you will add its opposite. So what we're going to look at is 2 minus 9 is going to become the problem 2 plus a negative 9, which will be a negative 7, because once you change it to an addition problem, you then go back to the rules of addition that we learned in the previous section. So 4 minus a negative 5 becomes 4 plus 5, which is 9. If you look at it this way, we say the first number does not change. The minus sign becomes an addition sign, and the 9 becomes a negative 9. Or in the case of 4 minus a negative 5, the first number always stays the same, the minus sign becomes a plus sign, and the opposite of negative 5 is a positive 5. And so that's how we get the addition problem. In example 1, let's subtract some integers. We have negative 49 minus a negative 7. The negative 49 stays the same, the minus sign becomes a plus sign, and the negative 7 becomes a positive 7. Negative 49 plus 7 is a negative 42. So we added the opposite of negative 7. For B, negative 15 stays the same, the minus sign becomes a plus sign, and the 36 becomes a negative 36. So we're adding the opposite of 36. And that will give me a negative 51. For our guided practice problems, 18 stays the same, the minus becomes a plus, and the 57 becomes a negative 57. And when we add those together, we'll get a negative 39. Number 2, the negative 13 stays the same. The minus becomes a plus, and the 9 becomes a negative 9. Negative 13 plus negative 9 is negative 22. And number 3, 34 stays 34. The minus becomes a plus, and the negative 25 becomes a positive 25, and we get 59. And finally, for number 4, the negative 62 stays a negative 62. The minus becomes a plus, and the negative 100 becomes a positive 100, and that will give me 38. In example 2, we're going to continue to subtract, but now we're going to evaluate a variable expression, so we'll have to substitute numbers in for the variables x and y. Our original problem is x minus 33 minus y, when x equals 19 and y equals negative 41. So we substitute 19 for x and a negative 41 for y. So our problem is going to be 19 minus 33 minus negative 41. To change this into an addition problem, let's look at just the first part. 19 minus 33. We're going to add the opposite of 33. So the 19 stays the same, the minus becomes a plus, and 33 becomes a negative 33. I'm not going to change the next subtraction problem until I simplify my addition problem. So we're going to add 19 and negative 33, and that will give me a negative 14 minus negative 41. Now we're going to add the opposite of negative 41. The negative 14 stays the same, the minus becomes a plus, and negative 41 becomes a positive 41. And then negative 14 plus 41 is 27. You just want to worry about 2 at a time. And finally, in example 3, we are going to discover the vertical height of the mine shaft in this picture. We are told that the top of the mine shaft is an elevation of 55 feet. Below that mine shaft is sea level, and then it goes as far down as negative 218 feet. So we're trying to find the vertical height of the mine shaft. So what we're going to do is we're going to say the elevation at the top, 55, minus the elevation at the bottom, negative 218, will be our problem. Then I change that to an addition problem. The 55 stays the same, the minus becomes a plus, and the negative 218 becomes a positive 218. So what we're going to do, what we did was we added the opposite of negative 218. And 55 plus 218 is 273. And that is choice D, 273 feet. And that concludes lesson 2.3.